Hey, this is Daryl Olson from the Jackson Fishing Team, and this is our third fly for speckled sea trout series. You know, they'll catch redfish and other saltwater species that are in the brackish water here in Charleston, but these are flies I'm tying up specifically for speckled sea trout since it is fall and winter's coming up, and yeah, that's about what we'll be targeting during that time frame. All right, why don't we go ahead and take a look at it, and we'll explain the materials, and it's called the Rattle Rouser. Well, this here's the Rattle Rouser, what we're going to tie. It incorporates a rattle in this tube body right here, and sometimes sound will scare the fish, especially if it lands right next to them and they hear it right away, and it's not announced. But therefore, though, if the fish is in the area, you know, it can be extremely effective addition to your fly arsenal for saltwater, maybe even for bass fishing and that. And when you're blind casting, it really helps making that sound and gets the attraction of the fish. And the easiest way to do that, like I said, is we're going to incorporate a rattle in there, a glass rattle. But you can tie this fly. I'm tying these for like shallower water. You could, if you want them to go deep, you could put some dumbbell eyes on them to get them to sink faster. So why don't we go ahead and start looking at it while we tie it. The hook I'm using is a Mustad S74 SMP DT. It's a streamer. It's 4 extra heavy, 4 extra long, and a size 2. And we're going to go ahead and debarb that as usual for me. Thread I'm going to use is some Danville monofilament in fine. You could use white thread if you want. And we'll take this back to where the curve of the hook is. Remove this tag end. And we'll take it to about the middle of the hook in there. I'm using some 4mm glass rattlers. There's like two little BBs in there. And I don't know if you can hear that. But that's the rattle. And to help keep it in place, I'm going to use some Zappa Gap. To tie that on top. I'm going to try to make sure that it just stays on top there. I'm just going to wrap over it. And occasionally force it to stay on top as close as possible in alignment. And we'll just give it a couple helicopter wraps too. The next material we're going to do is I'm using this Easy Body medium pearl, and I cut off roughly about 1 3/4 inches. And you're going to notice in here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a core on both the top and bottom. I don't know if you can see that very well. Of similar to like paracord material or something like that. And we're gonna put that on here, and I'm gonna take my bobbin and I'm gonna try to separate the back end, not the front. And this will kind of make the tail as well. And then we'll just wrap right around here to tighten that up. And then you can either hand whip finish in the back here, or I'm going to use this real long whip finish tool and just give it about 4 or 5 wraps. And then you don't have to do this, but I kind of like to get rid of this core of whatever that core right there is, to separate that, the one that I was talking about earlier on top and bottom. On there. And now I'm going to put some UV resin on top of that monofilament thread. And then I'll rotate it. On there. Now I'm going to just pull this back, the body material, so I can get my monofilament started again. And then I'll pull that forward, and I'm going to tie in the front. Now I'm gonna next I'm gonna take is 3 or 4 strands of Flashabou, and this is pearl. And to make it more manageable, I'm just going to wet this so it kind of clings together. And I'm going to wrap part of it on one side. And move the other one to my side. Now if you wanted to, if you were going to make a bunch of these, I would have stopped before I put this on and just put the beat or the rattle and the body material on, and then tie it off, and then make a bunch of those that way. So then all I have to do is, on the next, is take that whole set and put on the flash and the deer hair or the bucktail. And I'm going to use this combo pack, because all I'm gonna make on this one here is I need the white and the Chartreuse out of there on that part. And the Chartreuse, if you ever look at the brown part, is actually like an olive color, but I'm making a Chartreuse one. And again, it's like a Clouser minnow. You don't want to use a lot of deer hair. You want to just use a pinch or so. And then we'll pull out the shorts. And then we just want the bucktail to go as far as just past maybe where that tail section is. And then I'm just going to give it some loose wraps. I don't want it to flare in case it does. Make sure that it's on the top part. And this fly should swim upside down like that. Next material will be this Chartreuse bucktail. Again, it's just a pinch. And we'll get rid of the shorts out of there. And this will just want to be about the same length as and we'll lightly wrap, and then we'll tighten up around that. we'll go ahead and tie this off. And then we'll trim our flash so it's just past our longest bucktail. And we'll use our UV resin to secure that monofilament in. And there you have it. The Rattle Rouser. All right. Like I've said before, these combo packs, when you're wanting to tie like Flousers or anything that takes a bucktail, you know, it's a good bargain. It's got several colors in there, so you can get by with that. All right. So that's what we tied, and I don't know if you can hear that again, but I can hear it a little bit. Hopefully that'll attract some speckled trout for me, and I don't know, maybe in a couple weeks I'll try it down on a fishing trip down in Beaufort. All right, I'm Daryl, and we will see you on the water, and tie this fly up and let me know what you think of it. All right.